I welcome you all today for this amazing learning session that we conduct on every Fridays for 1 hour. My name is Preeti. I'm one of the sales specialists at Protest Professional Training. Before we start, let me give you a quick overview about us. Protest is a certification institute which provide upskilling courses to the professionals like HR generalists, HR analytics, advanced certification program, post for manager certification program, as well as corporate trainer and facilitator certification program. Also, we have recently launched last year emotional intelligence trainer and coach certification as well. We also provide customized programs. So all the programs are accredited by the topmost bodies like ICF, SHRM, HRCI, CPD, and IBEC. I'm so glad to see many existing students, team members, and aspiring students of Protest who have joined this learning session today. I would like to know from each and every audience, how do you prevent getting stressful at work? I would like to repeat my question. How do you prevent getting stress at workplace? You can please share your concern, your queries, your thoughts in the chat box. I would like to repeat my question. How do you prevent getting stress at workplace? Yeah, Umang, please. Yeah. You can also
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Preeti ma'am, for giving this opportunity. So, as I get stressful and whenever I see any kind of stressful situation at workplace, the very first thing that I do is I take a long breath and give a smile on my face. So this is something that gives me a positive vibe, and that is what makes me away from the stress.
Great, thank you so much, Umang. Utkarsh has mentioned by streamline our day-to-day tasks. Thank you so much. Ruhi has mentioned, well, it's difficult, but being organized may help. Archana has mentioned, I try to be organized as much as possible. Nishant has mentioned, quietly I'm doing my work. By Ritika has mentioned, by motivating myself and plan my to-do list. Upasana has mentioned, by taking a quick break or quick walk or get back to work and get back to work. I do that usually, Upasana, I do that. Sunita, yes, please. Yes, Sunita. You can unmute yourself, Sunita.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Preeti. Yeah, I would say that in between taking short breaks and deep breathing exercises, like
Great,
small kind of
nice.
meditation, that helps me. Yeah.
Amazing to know from you. Sheetal has mentioned being with my workplace bestie, nice. Purnima has mentioned first figure out what is stressing you out. Great. Then find solution. Amazing. Sunita has mentioned deep breathing and in between short breaks. Komal has mentioned planning a dayshman activities like program. Amazing. Yes, fun Fridays by the help of which we tackle stress. Yes, we really believe in, fun also we have in every Friday. We used to have fun Fridays. Every third Saturday, every month for third, Friday, we used to have procoms and all. Amazing to know from you. So now let's begin our learning session with Sangeeta, Sheetal, and Shri Parvati, our guest speaker of today morning. Coming into the profile of Sangeeta, she is an educator, a social worker, and a motivational speaker. Her experience comes from an array of different educational institutions for the past 10 years, and her life's work is rooted in providing quality education for the young minds and providing continuous and comprehensive training for the teachers as well. She believes that her professional strength lies in her leadership skill, people management, conflict or crisis management, and upgrading herself with innovative ideas. So her trust to become a corporate trainer led her to approach Protouch. Thank you so much, Sangeeta. Sheetal is a trainer in soft skills and hospitality. She has more than 10 plus years of experience of expertise in the hospitality sector, having worked for several well-known companies, including Marriott, IHG, Accor, and Luxury Train. Following her discovery on the glamorous hospitality sector, she made the decision to put her newly acquired talents into practice by serving as a trainer for others. She believes that ProTouch has extremely helpful in refining her training techniques. Thank you so much, Sheetal. Last but not the least, Sri Parvati is a seasoned professional as her career has evolved across diverse transportation planning engineer at Georgia, USA-based projects. She ventured into wellness, coaching, engaging clients globally, holding a decade of work experience as an assistant professor in an engineering college. She now channel her passion into corporate training, offering a unique and holistic perspective for professional development. It's our honor to have Sangeeta, Sheetal, and Sri Bharti today morning. Over to you, Sangeeta.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Preeti.
Thank you so much, Preeti, for a wonderful intro about us.
Thank you, Preeti.
Thank
Yes,
you.
we are the triple S today, Sri Parvati, Sheetal Sharma, and myself, Sangeeta, to deal with today's topic on stress. The topic is Revitalize Your Mind. Before getting in detail into the session, I would like to get some answers from you all. Hope you all engage with me. You would have heard many Sini songs, right? And what one song comes to your mind when you're under stress, when you're feeling low? What one song comes to your mind? You can unmute yourself and you can sing a song for us. Just few lines. It can be in any language.
Should I?
Yes. Yes, Sunita. Yes, Sunita.
Yeah, thank you so much. It's नदियाँ चले चले रे धारा चंदा चले चले रे तारा तुझको चलना होगा तुझको चलना होगा. I think that always
Wow.
motivates me.
That's
Thank you so
excellent.
much.
Yeah, that's excellent. Thank you, Sunita.
Thank you.
Anybody else? Yes, you can even share it as an emoji. Whichever emoji you feel that it resonates with the word stress, you can share it in the chat box as well. Anybody else would like to sing a song for us?
Yeah, I can sing few lines for you.
Yes. Who is this?
For me,
Ritika. I can see Ritika raising her hand.
yeah, for me it is like यूं ही कट जाएगा सफर. But that is the only thing.
Okay, that sounds so
Sangeeta,
sweet.
I think of the
Yes.
song "तू न जाने आस पास है खुदा" from Anjana Anjani.
Wow,
So sweet.
so sweet, so sweet. I reminds myself of this song. நினைப்பதெல்லாம் நடந்து விட்டால் தெய்வம் ஏதும் இல்லை. This is actually a Tamil song where it says like, when everything happens, whatever the way we think, there is no God for us. Is it right? Yes? So,
Yes.
now
Purnima
let me
has,
tell you what.
Sangeeta, Purnima has also
Yes.
shared.
Yes, Parvati.
Purnima has also shared a song in the chat box.
Purnima has.
Haste haste kat jaye raste. Thank you, Purnima, for sharing that.
Quite a
Oh,
musical morning.
that's a wonderful start for the session. Yes. Yeah.
Umang has raised his hands.
Oh, mine. Yes, you mind. You can open. You can unmute yourself and sing.
Yes, thank you so much. So actually the song which comes to my mind, actually it is active nowadays. So it is a song called as Calm Down. Right. So the tuning of that
Calm
song,
down. Calm
the
down.
tuning
Yes.
of that song, I really like the tuning of song. So it comes to my mind whenever I'm happy or whenever I'm stressed, I'm into stress, I realize that particular tuning to come in my mind. It really
Wow.
helps me to get stress free.
Yeah. Even I'm going to make a note of this song now. Good, Umang.
Sangeeta,
Anybody
we have
else?
a playlist.
Yeah, we got some
itself
good
in the
tracks
chat
in
box.
There are so many singers in our crew.
Yeah, we have a great
With the
playlist
interest
in the
of
chat
time.
box. Thank you all for responding.
Okay. Yeah. So in the interest of time, let me dive into the topic now. Yes. The topic is revitalize your mind. Now let me tell you what stress is all about. As you all know, stress is our body's response to any kind of demands kept on it. Actually, there happens a chemical reaction inside our body when we get stressed. You know, in today's busy world, we are pulled in many directions at the same time. We have responsibilities at home, we have responsibilities at workplace. Sometimes it becomes too much for us. And yes, we get stressed. Nowadays, it has become very normal to hear even a school-going child saying that I'm stressed. Even for an LKG child, doing homework is a stress. For an individual, when he is under stress, he or she is under stress, he quickly gets into two responses. One is the fight response, and the other one is the flight response. To put it in a more simple way, our ancestors who lived in a Paleolithic age, he always gets into two responses. He has to choose any one of these for his survival. If, for example, if the man who lived in the jungle faces a tiger, what happens? What happens? What should he do actually?
He will be stressed.
He'll be
Freeze mode.
stressed. Yeah, yes. He'll be fearful. There will be an adrenal rush. His heart beats a lot faster. Yes. Now he has to choose any one of these responses for his survival. He should either fight against the tiger or else he should took a flight and get escaped from the tiger. Is it not so? But in this modern society, in reality, there is no such tigers, my dear friends. There is no such tigers in front of us to deal with daily. But the real tigers are within us. That is it. That is what is actually threatening us. Now, let me put another question to you all. Tell me one such incident that happened in your life where you are in a situation or you're facing a problem and you're supposed to take any one of this response. Either you have to take a fight mode or you have to take a flight mode. Which one did you choose? The question is for my audience. You were in a situation,
Fight mode.
you would like to choose the fight mode.
Fight. Yes.
Okay.
Sunita,
Same here.
Tanya,
Fight.
Ritika, they've all responded in the chat box as fight mode.
Oh, all warriors in our crew today.
Purnima wants to
That's right.
fly. Purnima is
Flight.
preferring to flight mode.
I believe it's just a requirement of the scenario. Either it would be a fight is better and either the flight is better. And you have to
Exactly.
analyze the situation and
Yes.
you have to opt. That's what my opinion.
We have to act according to the situation. Yes, you are right. Fight
Ruhi
mostly.
Archana has
Practice.
responded that it is situation based.
Oh, yes, exactly. It's a common sense. Either we have to take any one of these response. There is another response, like Sunita said, it is a freeze mode. Nothing, do nothing and just be calm. Whatever is going to happen, let it finish. Then we can react. That is also another response. Yes, you're right, Sunita. Now, there is a question again. Is all stress bad? Do you think that all stress is bad?
No.
No. Yes. The answer is no.
No.
There are good stress too.
All
Actually, like me, preparing for this webinar and presenting it in front of my experts sitting in front of me is a stress, but it is a good stress for me. My dear friends, don't you think that life would be boring without any challenges and surprises, right? Likewise, monotony brings its own stress. There should be some thrills, some twists and turns, some challenges and surprises for us to deal with, so life becomes more interesting. Hope you all agree with me. Actually speaking, now I'm going to say you that there are some benefits that we get from a good stress. Actually, you will be performing more, get more, and achieve more things. You connect with others in a more meaningful way. You learn more about yourself, and you challenge yourself in a way more to build your self-efficacy. For example, when you plan for a wedding event for any of your family members, or a birthday party, or searching for a job, a new job, or shifting from one job to another, or getting a promotion. All these activities actually involve lot of hard work and lot of emotions. But ultimately, the end result that you are going to get from all these challenges that you have faced is worth it. Is it not so?
You're
Is
absolutely
it not
right.
so?
Yeah, it is.
Yes. So, good stress is always good.
Right.
Stress is not always good, but good stress is always good. Regarding the bad stress, my friends who are going to present next to me will be dealing on that. Now, when an individual is under stress, I told you that he will take fight or flight mode, right? Now I'm going to tell you what are the stresses normally we are facing. See, there are certain stresses, a broad category I have listed out. The first one is the physical and environment stresses. It is nothing but excessive workload that a person is having. For women in particular, during her pregnancy, where she is supposed to take care of her family and also her profession, these are all comes under the physical stresses. When it comes to the financial stresses, a lot more list. The list goes on. You and me, every one of us are facing the same thing, like buying a new house, paying the rent, paying the home loans, paying any debts, any personal loans, school fees. Everything comes under financial stresses. When it comes to organizational stresses, it is nothing but the workplace stress. There might be a conflict with teammates. There might be a job insecurity. That can be task and role demands, interpersonal demands to prove yourself. All these are the organizational stresses. When it comes to life events, it is nothing but many are facing the same thing. Yes, there can be some marital separations. There can be divorces. There can be
Sangeeta, you've gone on mute.
and that can be personal injuries and illnesses, pregnancy. All these comes under as stresses. Lifestyle choices means it is nothing but lack of sleep, or some more consuming alcohol, some more smoking, cigarette smoking. Being workaholic is also at times a lifestyle choice that one is having and getting stressed. So, my dear friends, these are all the stresses. Now, it is over to my friend Sri Parvati, who is going to tell you all how to manage all these stress. She is going to tell us the connection between stress and mindset. Over to you, Sri Parvati.
Thank you so much, Sangeeta. Hello all, good morning. How are you all feeling today? Yes.
Great.
Doing amazing.
Thank you. Thank you. Wow. Thank you so much, Sangeeta. So she has given us a brief explanation about stress, how the stress is, what is good stress, what is bad stress. Now, I would like to help you understand what is the connection between stress and mindset. What is the first word or the first impression that comes to your mind when we talk or when we say the word stress? Do you feel good about it or do you feel heavy about it? Can I know in the chat box, please?
The first impression which comes in my mind is the heavy one. Like
Heavy one. Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
it's
Most of
something some kind of a set of mind that is the word stress means the heaviness.
absolutely, Somi. Thank you so much. And a lot of people have responded that it is a heavy feeling because the word itself is going to induce another kind of stress to us, isn't it? We've been using it so frequently, and the word is going to give you another amount of stress. So, and we all feel that stress is something that needs to be avoided, and we always try to avoid it. And generally, what happens when you are feeling pressurized or when you feel that heaviness, or if somebody is telling you, Okay, just calm down. Everything's going to be fine. Just calm down. Do you think it's going to give you a positive effect or a negative effect? Sometimes when somebody asks you to calm down, you may automatically calm down. Sometimes you may feel all the more pressurized. So it is a situation-based thing. When you are stressed, what happens is we lose clarity and we are not in a clear, we cannot take any decision at that time. And also we will not be at our best when we are stressed. And this thing is, we have a bad news and a good news. The bad news is stress, we cannot get rid of stress. And the good news is we can always change the way the stress is going to affect us. Or instead of reacting, we can try to respond to stress. So this is where the concept of mindset will come into picture. Can I have the slide, please? Okay, let us think of a small scenario, right? You have a work deadline, which is to be completed in a week's time. And at the same time, you also have another family function where your presence in the family is very important. Now, it is automatic for you to feel stressed, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes, we definitely
Yes.
feel stressed. We need to perform in both the place. Can we avoid the deadline? May not be all the time. Can we avoid the function? Not possible. So
No.
the only thing we can do is how we are responding to it. And for this, I would like to bring a small analogy of a glass. Now here in the picture, whatever you're seeing, I would like to see your responses either in the chat box or you can unmute and tell me. What is that you see in the picture?
Half full, like half full.
Half glass of water.
Half glass of
I
water.
get
Thank
half,
you.
half
Yes.
glass is empty, half is full with water, and rest of it can be filled with water.
Wow, wow.
Ritika has
50-50
put it in the
ratio.
chat box.
Wow, wow. I can
Glass
see
of
a lot of
water.
responses
I
in
can
the
see the
chat box.
transparency.
Half filled glass,
Somebody told transparency.
transparency. Wow, nice.
New perspective.
New perspective. The glass is half filled, rest is ready to be filled. Fantastic, fantastic. We have, see, the same glass, everybody is seeing the same picture, but we have got different responses. Now, I'm just going to give an analysis on how we can view this. Say, for example, when you're looking at as a half empty glass, which most of you have not told, good thing, is a kind of a positive and negative response. What kind of a response is that?
Negative.
It is a negative
Negative.
response. So you're always focusing on what's wrong, isn't it? So if you start doing that, probably you feel more stressed. Okay, the maximum response we've got is, can I have the next one? Half filled glass, which is a positive approach. That is, you're looking at it very optimistically. You're looking at the sunny side of it. Now, I'm going to introduce another perspective of it. That is a fully filled glass with air and water. What does this mean? This gives you an abundance mindset. There is so much of possibilities. You may be confronted with a situation which is very stressful in your life, but still you can see what you can learn from there. What best you can make out of you in that situation. That is called as an abundant mindset. Next is just a glass of water, or it is completely non-judgment. Except the first one, if you approach your life or towards any of the situation in life, in any of these three approaches, you may not feel that heaviness what you've been telling in the beginning. You will not feel that heaviness. And this helps you to be at ease and helps you to respond rather than to react to the stress. Most of the time, do we react or respond?
React.
We react.
react.
We do
Yeah.
react. We do
Yes.
react or overreact, isn't it? We react or we may end up overreacting. But a response is a much matured and good way of looking at things. So the thing is, if you are trying to look at stress as something that is to be avoided, it is again going to add stress to you. Instead, just change the way you are looking at it, or be open. That is more open. You can be more open when it comes to stress. So look at the way how you can change your mindset. So here you can see on the left side, it's shown in the red color. Avoid that. Don't look at stress as a threat or a demoralizer, or don't feel it like a pressure. That is, we always try to fight, isn't it? We try to fight the situation. We try to, react to it. But if we practice this, I don't say it's going to be easy thing. If you practice this, we can bring a shift, and we can look at stress as a challenge. What is a challenge? Anybody? What is the advantage of looking at it like a challenge? Can I have any response, please?
Say I want to do something new, I want to learn, for example. So
Huh?
I have my parents, I have my
Hmm.
son, so home responsibilities as a professional. So in order to manage with something new, I need
Mhm.
to manage the rest of the challenges which will come in the direct or indirect manner.
Very good.
So facing
Yes.
those things would be the main thing. I think
So
that's
it
the challenge.
motivates you, isn't it? You
Right,
feel like
right.
doing something. You feel like doing
Absolutely.
we don't do it just for the sake of doing it. We do
Right.
it because we want something out of it. A lot of people are telling you feel energized, you feel motivated, you feel a sense to prove. Fantastic. So you just shift your mindset. Just
Parvati.
Coming out of your comfort zone is also one factor in that. Coming out of
absolutely.
your
Yeah.
comfort zone.
Absolutely. It is, we basically try to be in our comfort zone because we are kind of avoiding, we are in the flight mode. Yes, Umang.
I think challenge is something, a new adventure coming it up that would be giving you new responsibilities to learn from.
Thank you so much, Surabhi. Absolutely. Yes, I see Umang's hands is raised. Umang, you may please.
Yes, yes, thank you so much. So actually, I really like the point which Miss Sunita has mentioned.
Hmm.
I think I would like to add one thing, because if I consider a stress as a challenge, it also leads to acceptance. Because if I consider it as a threat, I would try to ignore it, I would try to neglect it. But as if I take it as a challenge, it is a human phenomenon. We accept the challenges. So actor can also be a big factor for taking.
Umang, you're on mute.
His voice is cracking, Parvati.
Yeah, his voice was cracking. Yeah.
Yes, there are many responses in the chat
Yes,
box
I
as well.
explained.
Can we also give the chance
Audible?
to Rishu also? Yes, Ray.
Yes,
Am I
please.
audible?
Rishu has also raised his
Ye-
hands.
Yes, yes. Thank you
Am
so
I
much,
audible
Sri
now?
Parvati and Preeti also, right? And thank you so much for putting this thing of kind of thing, right? Stress to good life, right? My voice is clear, Sri Parvati?
Yes,
Yes.
Rishu, I
Yes.
can hear you.
Yes, yes. So I think the biggest challenge is to leave our comfort zone and to make it happen, right? When we leave our comfort zone and all the things, when we follow our good lifestyle, good food habit and all, then automatically all the things will change, right? So that's it I want to say.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Rishu. Yes, I think Preeti wants to tell something. Preeti?
No, I'm just helping Rishu out.
Okay, thank you. Anyone else would like to speak?
There are many responses in the chat box as well, Parvati.
Well,
Bhupesh
yes.
has told If we take it as a challenge, then we will try to find the possible ways to overcome it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because what
Yeah.
happens is, in the case of stress, we get frozen and we cannot think. We lack the clarity, we lack the ability to take a good decision. But when you're more at ease, okay, when you're looking at it as a challenge, okay, I want to show something, I want to prove something. This is something that I have to bring it on the table. That is when we start to look at ways of overcoming it. We are not frozen there. Thank you. Thank you so much. Can I have, in the interest of time, I would like to go to the next slide, please. Yeah, another one. Again, I'm again coming up with a glass again. How heavy do you think is this glass of water? Audience.
Depends on the time I'm going to hold it.
Absolutely,
If I raise my
Sunita.
hand and hold it, it's going to be heavier. If I hold it for a second, very light, I don't even feel the weight.
Exactly,
Parvati,
exactly.
Parvati, I think it will be some 200 milliliter
200?
of weight.
Oh, nice. Yes, Sangeeta, if you hold it for say 5-10 minutes, is it going to be 200?
No, not at all. It's
So
more.
your stress and worry is something like this glass again. You have a choice here. Okay, you're going to hold it for long. It is not the weight that matters. It is not that stress or that situation. As Sangeeta has discussed, various factors of stresses are there. All those things which we can, point our fingers to. That is not the one that's exactly the one that is causing you the problem. The one that is causing you distress is the longer you hold it. Isn't it? The longer you hold, the heavier it becomes. So now when you know a problem, you know how to find a solution. What can be the solution? What can be the solution?
Drop the glass on the table.
Absolutely. Just drop it down. Just remember
I'll
to put it down.
bring the water. I'll bring the water and lessen the weight.
We feel rejuvenated. Drink the water, get the energy, drop down.
Yeah.
Isn't it? So when you are in this, you have a choice. So that is where your mindset come into picture. Just change the way you look at it. Revitalize your mind. Just change the perspective, and then you see doors opening. Thank you so much. And I would like to hand it over to Sridhar, who's going to come up with some interesting facts and some tips to handle stress. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Sangeeta, and thank you, Shri Parvati. All right, hello again. We've been talking about stress a lot, so I'll try to navigate the way where we can be a bit less stressful. So my first question to all of you is, how do you feel your body reacts when you are stressed? What are your observations when you feel stressed? How do you think your body feels? Okay, so Rishu is the first one. Rishu, you should get a chocolate. When you are stressed.
Chocolate body.
Thank you. Actually, this is my personal problem. I am facing lots of stress and anxiety attacks and panic attacks, right?
Okay.
So first thing, stiffness, I want to tell it in Hindi because this is sensitive topic, right?
Perfectly okay.
Yes. So basically, stiffness हो जाता है पूरे बॉडी में, फर्स्ट थिंग. शॉर्ट ब्रीथिंग हो जाता है, लगता है ऐसा कि सांस ही नहीं आ रहा है. उसके बाद हार्ट बीट जो होता है वो बहुत ही ज्यादा हो जाता है और
The uneasiness, right?
यस रेस्टलेसनेस हो जाता है, बहुत सारी चीजें. फिर आपको लगता है कि मुझे कुछ हो जाएगा, समथिंग सीरियस विल हैपन एंड ऑल. डिपेंड्स ऑन कि कितना सीरियस स्ट्रेस है, राइट? बर्निंग सेंसेशन एंड ऑल. तो बहुत सारी चीजें हैं जो मैं फील करता हूँ. दैट्स व्हाई आई वांट टू से इट पर्सनली. Thank you for giving this opportunity.
I would like to hear from Surbhi. Surbhi, how do you feel?
When I get stressed up, I eat a lot. That is something that I think that will be a stress buster for me. When I feel stressed up, I start eating a lot, anything, but I eat a lot.
Okay. How about Tanya? Tanya, what all do you feel when you're stressed out?
So body feels heavier, like you don't think correctly, mind get hazier, and yeah, you start eating stress eating, obviously, and you feel nervous all the time. That's the thing I feel.
Thank you. Shreya, we would like to hear from you as well.
My ears become red hot, and my fingertips and my toe tips become red, and I feel like somebody's sitting in my head, on my head, sorry. I feel,
True. And that is really serious.
yeah.
Umang, what all would you like to share? How do you
Yes.
feel when you're super stressed?
Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Yes, so I don't know whether you feel it or not, but whenever I feel stress, I have observed that I notice a vibration in my body. It's not a very high vibration, but yes, a slight vibration I notice in my body whenever I feel stress. And that time, obviously, as we have discussed earlier, we lose our clarity of mind, we lose our as well. So vibration is something that I wanted to add because I really feel that whenever I get stressed.
Umang, today morning I had this shivering. I had this earthquake happening before getting into this webinar.
All right. Thank you. How about Saurabh? Saurabh, what would you like to share? How do you feel?
Exactly, but you have done it very well. Yeah, I really appreciate.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Umang. Yes,
Thank you,
Saurabh.
Susan, for letting me talk. So the very first thing happens with me is that I feel pain in my shoulders. And second thing, the most important one is that you feel completely exhausted physically. Even if you're doing nothing and sitting, and if you are stressed out, so you won't be able to do any physical activity. You're completely exhausted physically, even if you're doing nothing. So that happens with me. You will feel completely fatigued.
So all of us can almost relate. We all do feel stiffness over here. Few of us feel headache. Few of us feel that something is burning inside us. Our hands either start getting sweated or very wet, or there are so many sensations that happens. Okay, we have Krishan as well. Krishan, would you like to share anything? What are your feelings? What do you feel?
Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
So whenever such situation happen with me, first of all, I feel confused and my productivity is also going down because of stress.
True. That's true. Okay, and then I have Malika. How about you? What all do you feel?
One if I talk about physical changes, then I feel like burning up, all my blood rushing up through my body, and slightly headache, and feel little frozen. And if I talk about psychological, then I do get into a blank space where I cannot speak.
True. Yes, so all of us can definitely relate to it. Sagar
People,
sir?
there are so many responses about getting blank, getting irritated, increase in heart rate, back pain. A few of you have said back pain. Ruhi has said back pain. Yeah, thank you.
Sagar, what would you like to share? How is your experience? How do you feel when you're stressed out?
Sure. So first of all, thanks for allowing me to speak. First of all, Sheetal. So whenever I'm stressed or like kind of pressurized, so I feel kind of irritated or angry sometimes. Like I start off shouting at people, and sometimes it makes other things worse as well. So that's what I feel emotionally, and physically I feel kind of very stiff or like I am sitting in a simple location only.
True. So all of us can totally relate to it. There is a lot
I
that
would
happens.
I would like to add a point, Sheetal. As how
Yes.
Saga told, I actually reacted in this way. I show my anger, or otherwise I cry. And what happens is the next day or next coming days, it impacts on my body as well. I get migraine attack.
True. So having migraine problem, having high BP problem, having stiffness on our shoulders, all this is something that all of us feel. So the main concern here is, do you all know that everything that we keep in our mind somewhere affects us physically? And this is something very serious. So we do feel that we, listen to a lot of things, and there's a lot of sad and good thoughts we have in our body. But it actually comes to our body, and when it comes to our body, it actually starts affecting us. So you'll be surprised to know that a lot of diseases that comes to our body is also because of many thoughts we have kept inside us. So there is a book I'll share with you at end of this webinar from where I'm also sharing some details with all of you. So it is said that having the lower back problem, that is something common with all of us. So for us, it is just a back pain. There could be multiple reasons, but one of the reason is also when we are stressed about our finances, when we have worries about money. Likewise, diseases like cancer are also because of having long resentments in our body. When something we cannot let go, when we are way too fearful about things, and when we are very sorry, when we are in a guilt. So everything that is happening from us from childhood to adulthood, all those thoughts that are in our body comes in our blood, stay in us, and somewhere affect us so seriously. So stress is not just something keeping you only worried. These mental problems are actually affecting your body. So this is really not worth. We can't actually have so many physical illnesses because we cannot really control our thoughts. So we really need to find out a way how to come out of it. Problem like being overweight, we make fun of people who are overweight. There are so many comments on everything. But then there are so many reasons because of all these problems. Having high BP. So it is generally, I'm a Punjabi, so in Punjabi also when somebody is upset, we tend to say them, ki BP high ho jayega. That's what we say. But that is so true. When you are so angry, when you cannot control your emotions, you eventually develop a problem of high BP also. So all these things that are mentally in us, these are just our thoughts, but they affect our body as well. And that is the reason we really need to revitalize our mind. Now, there are 4 unique techniques I'm going to share with you. I can't say that all these 4 are going to work, but in some or other situation, one of these things will definitely help you out. Now, what are these 4 techniques? So this is called as 4 A's of stress, managing stress. Very first is to avoid it. So to a large extent, whatever things we feel we can avoid, we should do it. It starts from saying no to things that we feel are too much for us to handle. So it is perfectly okay. We all of us have a habit of not saying no because we want to be a help. But what is the point of being a help to someone else when we become so stressed about it? So it is okay to say no. It is okay to tell them that we already have a lot in our bucket and we can help them out after some time. That is the way we can avoid a stressful situation. Another way is to alter the situation. So many of us would have attended some or other official calls beyond the working hours. Did that happen with to you people as well? That happens with me. So that is something I cannot avoid. I really cannot tell my boss, sorry, I'm not available, working hours are over. No, that cannot happen. So I cannot avoid it. But then you can definitely alter that situation. It is okay to put a timeline and tell them that, sir, this is the personal time. I have to care for my baby. I have to cook for my family. I'll be able to take out 10 minutes. So this is how I have put in front my needs, and I'm also altering the situation. I cannot avoid it. I cannot say a no, but I can definitely have some boundaries. Do you think that is a help? Can you really tell people that these are my limits also, so please respect it? Or do you think this is difficult? Is it possible? A yes or a no?
For me, it's
Yes.
difficult. I can't say no. So
Yeah,
I
for
tend
me
to
also
accept
it's
calls
difficult.
around 9:30 also night, evening, sorry.
True, but it is still possible to tell them that we have 5 minutes right now to attend this. So this is something we can try, right? And at some point of time, we can also delegate our tasks. So there are few things you yourself are supposed to take care of. But then there are multiple other tasks that can be shared. So delegation also help you to reduce the stress. If these 2 A's doesn't work for you, then you have an option of adaptation. So now, before telling about adapting a situation, I would like to ask you people, what was the pandemic time period that helped you learn something? So what all changes happened? What do you think you learned, you adapted during the pandemic time? Anybody who would like to share? Yes, Sunita, please.
Thank you so much. During COVID, a real blessing is Zoom, I believe. See, earlier, we used to go for physical meetings, meet people one-to-one or in a group physically. But now, across the globe, we can connect with people through Zoom. I think that's a real blessing.
True.
And have made me
actually helped
techno-savvy
us
as
being
well.
employed as well.
Right.
True. Thank you. Yes, Rishu?
Thank you.
I learned that please live your life with fullest. Please be in present moment and respect yourself. And life is unpredictable, so live your life.
Very right. So Ruhi said more multitasking. Okay, lovely responses in chat box as well. Right. So that was also a situation. Yes, Surbhi?
I got to understand that enjoying life is not moving out for the hill stations. You can enjoy sitting at home with your family and playing Ludo Tambola.
True. All of us have played Ludo, I'm sure. We have 4 people in our family,
Yes,
and all of us
yes.
used to play it all the time. So yes, so that was also a situation we were not prepared for. It was really difficult. It was giving us a lot of stress, a lot of fear as well. But over the period of time, we learned to adapt that situation. We
I would
became.
like to add one more thing.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, love. Yeah, I said I would like to add one more thing. See,
Yes, please.
earlier we used to say, I don't have time, committed towards work, outer responsibilities. But COVID has taught us the importance of value, that we need to understand the relations, we need to give time to our family as well. That's the most important thing. So health
Well
and
said.
family.
Well said. So a lot is that we learned during this pandemic time. So for a long period of time, we were only cribbing that we are not allowed to go out. This is what I cannot do. This is not right. I'm feeling packed at home and blah, blah, blah. But then over the period of time, we adapted that situation and we were actually able to help ourselves. We moved from to the online sessions where we actually.
And Sital, I want to say add something. And because of COVID, actually we are here, right? We are meeting your session and all. We are meeting in
True.
Zoom and all. Yes.
True. So that could happen only because we accepted that situation. We were able to accept what came, and then we ourselves adapted the new ways. So we started learning online ways of working. We moved to work from home kind of thing. Many organizations are still following it. So many of us learned cooking. We learned our family members also so closely. So many things that we were not aware about them, their likeness. This time period gave us a lot of instinct. And if adaptation also doesn't work in your situation, the last thing to do is to accept it as it is. But accepting is a bit difficult task, because when you have to accept something, you really have to acknowledge that things are not going to be the way you want them to happen. But end of the day, it is not the permanent situation of your life. You might find it really difficult at this point of time, but then eventually things will change. So it is actually totally okay to accept that you made a mistake. You have to forgive and you have to forget also. But I'll say that this is a bit difficult, but it is not impossible. It is still possible to accept things and understand that, okay, something has happened. I made a mistake. I acknowledge it, but I have to accept it. And that is perfectly okay. So one of these 4 A's will definitely help you out whenever you are stressed. Now, we need to actually revitalize our thoughts. I told you that these thoughts actually give us physical illnesses also. So now you have to do some brainstorming and tell me, how are you going to revitalize your mind? I am going to share a situation with you. So the situation is, many a times when we are late, we end up saying, I am so sorry for being late. Like, I have done this. I am sure many of you would have done that. Is there a better way of saying it? Can we just have a better outlook to this situation? Any one of you can suggest me, how can we say it in a different way, in a positive way?
Thank you for waiting.
Okay, anybody else?
Krishnan Kumar also has responded. Thank you for waiting.
Thank you for waiting. Absolutely.
Sorry to keep you waiting.
Thank you so much. So the correct answer is thank you for waiting for me. So yes, when we say sorry, we are automatically in a guilt. We are actually feeling bad. But what if instead of acknowledging a sorry, we show a gratitude towards the same situation and say that thank you so much, you were waiting for me. Thank you for not leaving. Thank you, you stayed for me. It is just a thought, but it automatically gives you a happy feeling. Your mind actually feels happy and safe instead of feeling fearful, because sorry automatically is giving you a guilt and fear feeling. The next situation for you is I am sorry for being so sensitive. So many a times we cry at a place or in front of someone we really don't want to cry there. But then now it has happened, so we are sorry that we are so sensitive. Can we say it in a better mode, in a positive outlook? Anybody?
Thanks for understanding me.
Thank you for understanding me. Thank you, Nishant. Anybody else? Do some brainstorming and tell me what is the better way of saying it. Anybody else who would like to try?
I think we can say, I hope you can understand my situation also.
Very nice. I hope you understand my situation. Absolutely. So it can also...
Sheetal, Rishi is asking for a gift. If he answers, will he get a gift?
Okay, so you should definitely practice these answers that I'm sharing with you. Because when we say this, we automatically feel bit better, bit safe. We can also say, thank you for accepting me the way I am. So it is okay to cry. There is no problem. You need not to feel embarrassed. But that person heard you properly, gave you the space to open up. And for that, we can be thankful. So again, there can be a gratitude instead of being fearful and being sorry about it. Now the last one for all of you. I am sorry I messed up. So it many a times in office also and at home also. So there is a mess and we are the reason. Now what to do about it? We are already sorry for making a mess. Is there a better way? Can we just revitalize our mind and find a positive way of saying it? Anybody? Think. I'm giving you time to think and you can tell me.
I think we can say thanks for cooperating.
Thanks for cooperating. Thank you, Krishan. Anybody
Thanks
else?
for supporting me.
Thank you for supporting me. Thank you so much, Surbi.
Thank you for understanding me.
Thank you for understanding me. Absolutely. So thank you for
Sagar
keeping...
says, thank you for bearing me.
Thank you for bearing me. Fair enough. Okay, so we can also say thank you for keeping patience when I make a mistake. So again, we are acknowledging that we made a mistake, but end of the day, I'm a human being. So I can make my mistake. But here I'm accepting also my stress that I made a mistake and I am trying to look at the same way with bit of positivity. It is very obvious that few words, the first question that was asked by Sangeeta. So what is the feeling about stress? How do you feel about stress? So it came with fear, worry, and all the negative kind of words. So when we say negative words, it automatically comes to our body and we start feeling those sensations. But if we turn it to saying gratitude things or thank yous, it will automatically make us feel a bit safer. And that will relax our mind also. Right. So I wish all of you practice this more and try to have a positive outlook for the life. Now, this is something very interesting that I have for all of you. So all of us must have a self-care plan. When I say self-care, it means there are three major things I should be knowing how to handle. The first one is something that calms my mind. Second one is something that makes my body feel good. And third area is something that makes my spirit feel safe. So I am going to share my plan with all of you. And then I would like to know how you people handle your stress. So for me, whenever I am super stressed, I am feeling very sad, very bad, unhappy about situation. There's only one soul that can makes me feel happy. And that is my dog. So if I don't wish to talk to any human, I want to be packed in a room, I will only allow my dog around me. I feel really happy and calm around him. If I lose the wish of talking to anyone, my dog is my calm area. For my body, I also tend up eating a lot when I'm stressful. But it is a saying, you know, having a cup of coffee with your friend, your best friend, is all you need sometimes. So that actually works. A good hot cup of coffee helps me feel better. For my spirit, there are just two songs I always listen when I'm super stressed. One is a spiritual song, and one is just a song that I have shared. Tu na jaane aas paas hai khuda. But then there are things that I know that instantly work on me when I'm super stressed, when something is making me feel very uneasy. So I would like to know from you people, what all do you feel makes you feel good? What is that you do with your mind? Something for your mind to keep your mind calm, something for your health, something for your spirit. Because what happens is when it is a stressful situation, we really cannot think of ways to feel calm down. Our mind doesn't allow us to do it. But if we know our self care plan, those are the things we need to keep on priority. So let's just listen. I have Shreya. Shreya, what is your care plan for yourself?
When I'm super stressed or I don't feel myself, I call my father. I talk to him because he's the best mentor that I can have, and he guides me in a correct way that don't take stress. Second thing, what I do, I listen Hanuman Chalisa 3 times.
Lovely.
Or
Okay.
I chant Hanuman Chalisa so that it really keeps my nerves. And a third thing is that I practice the same. I love dogs. I have my pet. I have 3 dogs, so I would.
Wow, I got only one.
I have
Lucky you.
3 dogs. So I visit to them. I uh, talk to
Feel
them
better now.
because they understand.
Lovely. I can totally relate to it.
Yes.
Yes, Tanya.
For me, it starts with coffee. Okay,
Yes.
then maybe I go for a walk, listen to music, and these things, when doesn't work out, I talk to my mom.
Lovely. Yes, Surbhi.
So for these situations, I took my car and go for a drive, and then I'll have a kind of a McD burger and enjoy with my son.
Lovely.
We used to start playing that time.
That's nice. Yes, Miss Mehbin.
Yes,
What is
hi,
your
good morning. Yeah, what I do firstly, I take deep breath. I just try to calm myself. And best what works for me is baking. It's so
Wow.
therapeutic. I just get into baking or, making something. So that keeps me engrossed in that and I sort of forget about it. And then, I calm down.
Very nice. Yes, Trishu.
Yes, basically I do some stretching and exercises, and I do also do meditation and all, and also
Okay.
I take some professional help.
Lovely. So let's hear from Ruhi. Yes, Ruhi. What all do you do?
Okay, so first thing, definitely I go for a coffee and I see what I have in my fridge, maybe some chocolates or something like that. The next thing I always prefer is to go to my wardrobe, my cupboard, and take out all those 2, 3, levels of clothes and try to sort them out. It actually makes me really calm. Also, I will get some ideas कि क्या रखना है, क्या निकालना है. So yeah, that helps probably. Or otherwise, the another thing would be I would go and do some cleaning. मतलब कुछ drawing room हो गया, rearranging or something. So that actually helps me.
Ruhi, I do this when there are multiple thoughts in my mind. So I reorganize my table or maybe change some settings. And I don't know, automatically I start feeling better about it.
Yes, it works.
Reorganizing everything makes me feel okay. Now things are under control. I don't know how it is related, but it makes me feel good.
Yes, it definitely does.
All right. Yes, Miss Sunita.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. First of all, I would like to sit in silence for some time, connecting to myself, deep breathing. Then I listen to music or go for walk. And yes, again, like you said, organizing things. So that basically helps in distracting our mind. So ultimately, we are back to normal.
Thank you so much. Yes, Sri Lakshmi.
Hi, I basically, when I'm stressed, I put down what I'm doing. Like if I'm at work, I'll stop what I'm working at. Then I'll divert my attention to something else. Then and I'll talk to somebody very close. And if if the stress is not going after a day or so, I'll start walking. This morning walking is doing a great thing. Then also I found out having ice cream reduces my stress. Thank you.
Nice. Thank you so much. I can see some very beautiful comments in chat box also. Taking a break, locking myself, having chai. So yes, absolutely. The main point is whenever you feel so stressed, you should know what is your calm area. What are those particular things that makes you feel better? So even if there is a lot happening in life, try to stick to those things that makes you feel better. So my office is like 25 kilometers away from my home, but I wish to rush home when I'm super stressed because now I need my dog. I really don't want to connect to anybody else. So try to keep those things more closer to you that makes you feel good. And the only option that we have is to just revitalize our mind. That means to think from a different perspective and just trying to find out something positive. So now before I end my session, I want all of you to repeat something with me that you can see on my screen now. You need to unmute yourself and we are going to say it together. Is my screen visible to all of you?
Yes.
Yes.
So all of us together now. So it goes like I inhale
I
Inhale.
peace,
Peace.
exhale my worries.
And
Exhale my worries.
Everything is fine.
Everything is
Everything
fine.
is
Everything is fine. Yes. So just keep
Everything is
reminding
fine.
yourself that as I am inhaling, it's all peace, and as I'm exhaling, all worries are going out, and everything is fine. So absolutely over the period of time, not instantly, but yes, things will turn out for better. And the book I was talking about is You Can Heal Your Life. So this is a book written by Luzel Hay. The lady herself has gone through a lot in life, from abuse to rapes to cancer, but over the period of time, the outcome, the result that she shared is whatever thoughts we keep in our mind, if they are going to stay for so longer, it is going to give some negative impact on our health. And that is not something we can really afford, right? So whatsoever the situation is, we have to find out our ways to feel better. Now, before we say goodbye to each other, we have something for all of you. So now you have to follow what my colleague Shri Parvati is going to do. All right, over to you, Shri Parvati.
Yeah, I asked Sheetal and Sangeeta also to join, and I request all the participants to just follow what we are doing. Okay, and for this, it would be really good if you can unmute yourself and keep your videos on and just you have to repeat the word what we are going to say. We'll be showing you a number on the screen. Say this is 1. You have to say ha. And then when it's ha ha. So let's all do it together.
All right.
Yes.
Yes.
Ha.
Ha.
Ha. Great.
Nice.
All right. So
Thank you.
Just laugh and revitalize your mind and keep all your stresses away. We are open to questions now.
So along with the live recordings.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for being the lovely audience. In case anybody has any questions, all 3 of us are here for you.
No, actually, I want to give feedback, right? Yeah, thank you so much, Sri Parvati, Seetal, and one Sangeeta, sorry. Actually, you added lots of value, and thank you for putting this all topics and choosing topic. And it will help who are suffering from some mental illness and stress problem, right? So means a lot. Thank you so much for putting all the things.
Thank you so much, Rishu.
So much, Rishu. Thank you so much. Yes, Sunita.
Just a minute.